Hi, I'm Jason Willoughby with Reach the City Ministries, and I'm here to share a few short video clips on encouragement during this ongoing pandemic trial that we're all going through as leaders of organizations, people on leadership teams, pastors. This just keeps going on, and I'm noticing in the lives of my leadership friends and others and in my own soul that this is really grinding us down and really hitting us on a lot of levels. So may I, as someone who's in the same boat as you, going through a lot of the same emotions and same stresses, may I pay forward the encouragement of the Lord with you in these series of short clips. Thank you for listening in. One of the things I'm really noticing in the hearts and lives of myself and other leaders is this kind of dispirited fatigue. We've lost our pep, our vitality. We're just grinding it out. It's been hitting us on a lot of levels. And so how can we address that low grade fever we have of the drip, drip, drip of fatigue and difficulty and barriers coming against what we hope to do, what we believe we should be doing for the Lord? How do we address not the acute things, the intense little short-lived things, but this long-lasting trial that goes on and on without a clear end and hitting us and then opening and then reclosing? So we just can't get our feet under us, and we're supposed to lead a group of people through this. So no wonder we're feeling worn out and lacking in energy. Let's be honest about Christian leadership. And what I mean by that is, let's be honest with ourselves, and honest especially with God, and really honest with our dear people about this false expectations we have as pastors and leaders to always be up, to always be on point, on our best game, looking good, kind of the cheerleader, the pep rally leader of the church. And it's hard to do that when, well, quite frankly, there's not a lot to cheer about. So we have this collision between this picture of this vital, upbeat, energetic leader that we wish we were or have been, and this mess of a person, the struggling, weak, dispirited, lacking in energy and creativity person we are becoming more of in the pandemic. What do we do with this crisis between what we want to be and what we actually are? So stay tuned for some practical encouragement. By far the most critical thing we can do in this conflict between hopes and expectations and where we're actually at and what's actually allowed is simply this: surrendering and making a voluntary sacrifice of what seems to be an involuntary taking away from us. It's like the pandemic is robbing us of our dreams, what we'd like to be, what we'd like to do, and we feel like we're a violated, someone stolen from, and so there's this pushback, this resistance within us, and that frustration, and we're fighting hard to, no, stop it. We're going to hold on as much as we can. The problem with that is it misses the big test, which is God has the right to do whatever He wants with us, our ministry, our congregation, our very lives. Think of Job 1, when Job lost everything, and how he responded with worship. That's a little clue of what we're going to get into here in a moment, a deeper dive into surrender. Now, when we hear the word surrender, we think someone who's defeated and puts their hands up and has been dominated and lost the battle, and it has a negative idea. But there's kind of a sweet surrender where we give up what was never ours to begin with, and we replace it back into the hands of the Lord. And so do this. Think of what Jesus did when in John 10, as the Good Shepherd, he says, nobody takes my life from me. I have authority to lay it down. What he was saying is, I'm giving my life to the Father. Nobody's stealing it from me. This is a voluntary sacrifice not an involuntary victimization. I'm not at the hands or the mercy of circumstances or evil people. I'm in the hand of my Father alone, and I'm giving back to him what he's given to me to give. Once you do that, it completely changes the frame around your circumstances. Emotionally, instead of feeling at the mercy of and fighting against an enemy you can't win against, it's all God's, and he can do whatever he wants, and you're in sync with him, and you've given it to him. And if he wants to close down the church, he can have it. If he wants to shut down our ministry, he can do it. If he wants to end our programs and never allow us to go back to normal, he's God. The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. It doesn't change the circumstances, but it completely reframes our emotional experience of what we're going through in the circumstances. So the first encouragement video ends basically with this thought. If we can find that quiet place and write down all the things we feel that are being blocked, stolen, taken from us, all the losses, the potential threats, things coming against us, and if we can lay down our sword and beat our sword into a plowshare of surrender and make that our sacrifice list and give all those willingly to the Lord to do whatever he wants, that will free us up from this incredible burden of trying to control everything, and something called fresh energy will flow into us from the Lord, and we'll finally have energy for those humble little things he can give us to do, that he isn't going to take away, that he's empowered us to be and do in the midst of this never-ending, chronic pandemic crisis we, our people, and our institutions are in. I hope this encourages you. May the Lord bless you with this insight.